Have you always thought of yourself as just a dog owner? You might be mistaken. Deep within those eyes, with every gentle breath, your dog sees you as a mother. I know it might sound strange, but it's true. Not just because you feed them or take them for walks, but because of the way you comfort them when they're scared, the way you hold them at night, and especially the way they silently watch your every move. There's a truth that many people overlook. When a dog chooses you as mom, they show it through deeply instinctual behaviors, things that can't be faked, and certainly can't be trained. And if you pay close attention, you'll notice signs, quiet, subtle, yet filled with the raw power of maternal love. Some will give you chills, especially sign number 9. I promise you'll never look at your dog the same way again. If you've ever asked yourself, am I really that important to them? Today, I'll help you find the answer. There's one thing I want you to keep in mind throughout this video. A dog's love doesn't need words. It's in every glance, every gentle touch, and in the quiet, affectionate silence they share with you. So stay until the end, because I believe you'll recognize at least one moment when you and your four-legged child truly connected on a soul level. Oh, and if messages like these really touch your heart, don't forget to subscribe. I'm here every week, with you, listening to what your dog's heart longs to say. Now, let's dive into 16 profound signs, emotional proof that to your dog, you're not just an owner. You're their mom. Have you ever noticed that when you come home, your dog doesn't always greet you with the same wild excitement as when they were younger? Instead, they walk up slowly, look at you with soft eyes, and gently nudge your hand with their nose. That's not just a hello. It's a ritual, a reverent welcome, like a child waiting for their mother to return after a long day. No words, no barking. Just that touch is enough to say, Mom's home. And if you've ever felt your dog slowly, almost timidly, lick your face, you're witnessing one of the most sacred behaviors in the canine world. These licks aren't for food or play. They're deep-rooted memories from puppyhood, when young pups licked their mother for comfort, love, and protection. Now, your dog is repeating that act, because to them, you're their only source of safety. Each slow lick is a wordless way of saying, I belong to you. On nights when you sit down exhausted, and your dog quietly comes over, lays on their back, exposing their belly with half-closed eyes, and exhales deeply. They're not asking to play, they're surrendering. It's complete trust, a release of all defenses, reserved for only one person, their mom. They're placing their entire life in your hands, just as they once curled up against their birth mother, knowing nothing but her warmth. Watch closely when you put their food down. Do they rush in immediately? Or do they wait for you to come closer, look at you, hear your voice, and then start eating? If it's the latter, you're special. To them, mealtime is only truly safe with mom nearby. This instinct dates back to ancient ancestors, when pups wouldn't eat without their mother's permission. Now, eating is more than survival. It's an emotional ritual, because to them, you're the only one who can make them feel truly secure. And when you sleep, do you know who's awake? Have you ever woken in the middle of the night to find their round eyes watching you? It's not because they're hungry or bored. They're standing guard, like a child watches over their mother. Once your breathing slows and your face softens in sleep, then they lay down beside you and close their eyes. They don't need words. This is how they take care of you. In a way, only true children do. And remember those moments when you sigh, not crying, not speaking, just a quiet, tired breath. And your dog comes closer, not barking, not jumping, but gently resting their head on your knee or lying beside you for a long time. That's not simple instinct. That's emotional awareness. That's your dog saying, "I know you're hurting." They can't speak, but they're trying to carry your sadness. Their silent companionship is not laziness, it's deep understanding. Just like those special little sounds they make around you, not barking or growling, but soft whines, deep sighs, or barely audible breaths. These are bonding sounds, the same ones pups make when nestled into their mother for comfort. And now, lying by your side, they make them again, Tin, because with you, they feel completely safe. It's like they're saying, "Here, I can just be me. Here is home." If you really want to know how they see you, watch what they do when you're still. They slowly approach, quietly rest their head on your lap, and exhale. That's all. Because to them, leaning on you is like lying in their mother's arms, the only place in the world where nothing feels scary anymore. Are you beginning to realize? These seemingly ordinary behaviors are actually the deepest messages from your dog's heart to yours. And if those signs touched you, keep watching, because what comes next is even more profound. Then there are those moments when you're exhausted, drained, unable to react, and you suddenly feel a warm breath brush your hand. It's not begging. It's a silent kiss, a gentle lick from your dog. That action wasn't taught or learned. It comes from deep instinct, the kind that tells young ones to check on mom when she's weak. A small gesture, yet it carries a whisper. "Mom, are you okay? I'm here." And when you think it's just a fleeting moment, watch again when you're working, too busy to notice anything. A little shadow sits quietly at a distance, waiting. No barking, no scratching. Then, exactly when you lean back in your chair, they approach, slowly, as if they've been timing it. That's a level of emotional intelligence that even humans struggle with. This is no longer just instinct. This is connection. Maybe you think they're clingy when they follow you into the bathroom. But look again, they enter gently, quietly. Not to disturb, just because they don't want to be far. In a dog's world, privacy means nothing. Safety means everything. When they follow you, it's not curiosity. It's because you are the only safe place. Without you, the world is too big, too empty. Then there are quiet afternoons. You sit in a chair, soft light filters through the window, and you feel warm weight lean gently on your leg. No sound, no action, just a simple resting of their head. Like a child leaning on their mother's shoulder when they need nothing but her presence. It doesn't demand or rush, but it softens your heart more than anything else. That's when you realize you're not just a caretaker. You're their home when everything else feels too much. Sometimes, late at night, you walk into a room and find your pillow, your shirt, or your old slippers dragged into their bed, and you sigh, thinking they're being naughty. But it's one of the most sacred behaviors, a deep instinct to keep mom's scent close. Not because they like old things, but because your scent is peace. It's warmth. It's the one I trust most in this world. They don't need to see you. Just to smell you is enough to sleep soundly. It's hard not to tear up when you see your dog stand guard by the door. Not when there's danger, but when everything is quiet. You're surprised. No noise, no threat. But they stand there, silently, like they're protecting you from even the invisible. That's not fear, that's love. In their world, standing between you and harm is an honor. It's their way of saying, if anything happens, it has to go through me first. And maybe the most astonishing thing is how sometimes you just slightly shift your body or change your pace, and your dog already knows what you're about to do. Before you speak, they read your eyes, your breath, even your silence. Not because they're magical, but because long ago they chose you as their emotional center. They never look away, not from dependence, but because you are their emotional compass. Your every move is a signal to adapt. Just like pups watch their mother to know when to move or when to stay still. And perhaps the deepest thing of all is when you're sad. No tears, no words, just silence, or a heavy breath, or a distant look. And suddenly, everything about your dog shifts. They move closer, carefully, like they're stepping into your heart. Maybe they bring their favorite toy. Maybe they just lie beside you. No words, no actions. Because when mom is sad, the whole world dims, and the only thing they can do is be there, just so you know you're not alone. Some kinds of love don't need to be taught. Some bonds don't need names to be real. If you've ever seen yourself in any of these moments, then congratulations. You're not just a pet owner. You are mom, in the truest way a dog's heart can ever hope for. And if that touched you, if it made you look at your dog differently, don't forget to subscribe. Every video is a small gift for hearts that love their four-legged companions as family. You deserve to be seen, and your dog deserves a mom like you.